Hey everyone, it's Bailey from the EMH, and I'm back with another Elephant Money video. And guys, all of a sudden, all right, we had 2 red weeks in Elephant Money, and people lost their minds. They're going crazy. Okay, I even saw something ridiculous where we were the FTT token. All right, if someone sold, we were going to be death spiraling down to zero. All right, let me tell you this, guys. SBF has nothing on Bertha. All right. And guys, in today's video, we're going to make the class clowns sit down, all right, do their homework, and we're going to learn why the elephant token is the best play and store of value in all of crypto. 2023 is year of the elephant, and 2024, we are going to be coming out mainstream, and we're going to be revolutionizing DeFi and passive income and cash flow for all. All right, so in this video, guys, buckle up because this one's going to be pretty bullish. All right, guys, so first we're going to take a sneak peek into why elephant.money is, right, the #1 crypto, all right? And one of the real big reasons behind that is it's only available on decentralized exchanges, okay? And specifically PancakeSwap, all right? So all of the prices and price action are governed by the mathematical formulas in those automated market makers, the liquidity pools, right? And that is the constant product formula, right? I'm going to show you guys how that works today, all right? But so like say FTX, all right? So the FTT token, okay? So we got this crazy claim here, right? That's elephant money. If people sold all of their tokens, it would just create this death spiral and amount to nothing, okay? So guys, we take a look here, the FTX token, yes, okay, so it went down to virtually nothing, negative 99% when pretty much everybody sold and it had to be liquidated. And here's the problem, guys, with tokens like this, okay? Let's look at where you can get it, all right? Centralized exchange, centralized exchange, centralized exchange, centralized exchange, okay? So what's governing the price is people's emotions, order books, placing orders, longs, shorts, all that kind of stuff. And basically, guys, there's no price protection on the token, okay? So the constant product formula with Bertha acting as the huge backstop doesn't exist. It actually doesn't exist on any token, all right? That's what makes Elephant Money unique, all right, is that Bertha, all right, and the graveyard protect that circulating supply and constantly raise the floor price of the token, all right? I'm going to show you guys how that plays out, all right, with a big stress test that we're going to do with the tokens, okay, and how the liquidity pools work. All right, so guys, all right, so first and foremost, guys, so we have a BSC scan, okay? Now remember, guys, that Elephant Money is 100% on-chain transparent yield generation, all right? So we fight FUD with facts here at Elephant Money, all right? And everything that I do on my channel is grounded in the data, the analytics, how the system works, all right? And it's not just baseless claims. So yeah, bad day for the FUDders, guys, all right? So here's how it works, all right? So we're going to go to the elephant token on BSC scan. And guys, we'll take a look at the holders of the token, okay? And what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to see the big four right here. Those top 4 addresses are those big 4 contracts that own the vast majority of the tokens, okay? So we got the graveyard, #1. We have Bertha, #2. And then we have our 2 liquidity pools, the BNB liquidity pool and the BUSD liquidity pool. And there's a few other contracts as well that are not human holders. So like right here, all right, I believe that is an open leverage where people have placed their elephant token there. And then there is one last contract that still has right here close to 1 trillion tokens in it, and that is from the liquidity drive. Those are unclaimed tokens that someone purchased and never picked up. All right. Everything else is in the hands of human holders. Okay. So what I did, guys, was I just kind of popped all that information into the spreadsheet here where we have all of our contracts. And if we add all of those up, so the protocol is holding about 79% of the circulating supply, 79% of the tokens, and that leaves 21% or about 210 trillion tokens out there in the wild in human hands. Okay, humans are emotional, right? So we never know what they're going to do. Crazy stuff. All right, so guys, what if? All right, so I'm going to cave because everyone's like, worst case scenario, Bailey. All right, guys, we're doing it. This is the ultimate stress test. Buckle up. We're going to see that elephant money. Is it really all it's cracked up to be? Is it the king of liquidity, the undisputed champion of DeFi? Let's see. All right. So, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to have every single token holder, every single one, all right, all 21% of the circulating supply, we are going to dump every single one of those tokens all at once. All right. Somehow they are prying the elephant tokens away from these diamond hands that I have here. Gosh, it's painful, but all right, let's see what happens. Okay. So, guys, what we're going to do, and what I've done here is I've taken a look at the two different liquidity pools here. All right, so we got our BNB liquidity pool and our BUSD liquidity pool. And basically, guys, what I did was compared the ratio of the tokens, right? So how much more tokens are in the BNB pool compared to the BUSD pool. So simple little percentage here, guys. So a little less than 54% are going into that BNB pool. And right now, a little more than 46% are residing in that BUSD pool. So when we sell, okay, if we want to maximize our gains, all right, and experience the least amount of slippage possible, extract the most amount of capital, all right, and keep the prices balanced, all right, we want to put ourselves as a proportion very close to that proportion right there, okay? So guys, if we sell 21% of the supply, so 210 trillion tokens, all right, and we're going to do buy with Bertha, so we're going to pay less tax, so we can take more money out of those liquidity pools for ourselves. All right, so we're going to pay an 8.5% tax if you have a partner in the Stampede Partner Network. All right, my address is in the description. All right, if you want, but any address in there is good, and you'll pay 8.5% fee instead of if you do buy with Bertha without a partner, it's 9%. All right, fee. So you save yourself a little fee there for selling. Okay, so guys, every single person sells, and Bertha is going to pick up 16.8 trillion tokens. So that's 8%. So 8% of that supply is going to go into Bertha. It's not going to end up in the liquidity pools. All right. So that is the value capture that over time has created these super deep liquidity pools that Elephant Money has. Okay. Some of the deepest on the Binance Smart Chain. All right. So what will happen then, guys, is the remaining tokens are going to be sold into the liquidity pools. All right. And the BNB pool is going to get roughly 104 trillion tokens, boom, dumped into it. All right. On top of the 53 trillion that's already sitting there. And we're going to be dumping over 89 trillion tokens into the BUSD liquidity pool, where we already have 45.5 trillion tokens sitting in that one. Okay. And what's going to happen, guys, is just everyone is going to take all the liquidity and it's going to dry up and it's going to go to zero. Are we FTT up in this place? No. All right. So, guys, let's check it out. All right. So here's how this works. Okay. So we're going to take a look, guys, at how the constant product formula works. Okay. And this is where I think people who, are not fully understanding the system, this is where, you know, they haven't done the homework, right? Because I've been making videos on this for about a year and a half. And if you've known about elephant money, you got to do some of the research to really understand. It's just absolutely amazing, next level, right? So when you see people that are so adamant about elephant money, they've done the homework, they know how the system works. Okay, so this is how this operates, guys. So this is the constant product formula, and basically, guys, I'm going to go through this as like layman's, or like as easy to follow as possible. All right, because I know it's a little like crazy when we're talking algebra and stuff. Okay, but basically, guys, this is how the quantities of the tokens and the prices on the tokens are governed in these liquidity pools. So it's very much different from centralized exchanges where, you know, CZ can basically just checkmate and dump, you know, all of his tokens on the market, and Sam Bankman-Fried's like, it's just, you can't, you know, you go to zero because it's all order books, right? Everyone's panicking, everyone's just dumping like crazy, and there's no actual control for the price. Okay, and this is the beauty of being on just decentralized liquidity pools. Okay, right here we're governed by the mathematics. Okay, so basically, guys, we have our constant product formula for our BNB liquidity pool. So we just multiply the quantities of the tokens together to get X times Y equals K. All right, and K is our fixed constant. All right, so that creates this black curve right here. And every single combination of tokens possible in that liquidity pool lie along this curve. Okay, and the big one, guys, that we want to pay attention to right now, okay, is right here. Okay, so our current location in price, all right, and that was taken right off a deck screener. I just take those two values. All right, so we have just under 100,000 of BNB and a little more than 53 trillion elephant tokens currently in this liquidity pool. Okay, and so to get the prices of those tokens, all right, so we want price per elephant. So you just divide the amount of monetary value that is in the liquidity pool by the number of elephant tokens, price per elephant. And guys, when we do that, all right, we have to take into consideration the price of BNB at that particular moment. So as of this recording, it's a shade under $215. So we just multiply the amount of BNB times the monetary value. All right, that's how much money is in this liquidity pool. All right, the capital there, divide that, all right, by the number of tokens. And we typically, guys, will multiply by 1 million, because we'll talk about price per million elephant tokens. Okay, because if you look on, you know, like Dex Tools or Dex Screener, you see like the decimal point and like all these zeros. So it'll have like a zero with like a tiny little six, so like 6 zeros in front of it. And then the values, all right, so to get rid of 6 zeros, you multiply by 1 million. Million has 6 zeros, okay? And now we're talking price per million elephant. It's just easier to like to think about. So right here, guys, we are pretty much like almost perfectly at 40 cents per million elephant token. That's how much they're valued at, all right, in the liquidity pool. Okay, and guys, the same thing works for the BUSD liquidity pool. Okay, so we have 2 liquidity pools at Elephant Money. So we have our constant product formula for the BUSD liquidity pool. All right, right now we got about 17.7 million BUSD in there, and about 45.55 trillion elephant tokens in there. So we have our constant product formula. So as transactions occur, the combination of tokens is always going to be on this curve somewhere. Okay, and then we get the price. Okay, and the price, this one's a little simpler because we don't have to multiply by the monetary value, okay, because it's just it's $1. So you just do BUSD divided by elephant token, all right, times 1 million, if we're talking million elephant tokens. And again, guys, so we're like just a shade under 39 cents per million elephant token in this pool right now, okay? So constant product formula, all right, so we have a strict way that tokens are priced. Okay, tokens are not priced on centralized exchanges using order books or anything like that, it has to obey these mathematical rules for the pricing and quantities in the liquidity pools, right? That is key. And that is how Elephant Money really creates this parabolic price appreciation that's going to be able to leverage the elephant token as the ultimate utility token in all of crypto. All right. So the power of this constant product formula, along with Graveyard, Bertha, and the liquidity building strategies and tokenomics, really kind of take this to the next level where it's going to be able to power that financial cooperative, all right, that community bank that's is going to be like the #1 thing in all of DeFi. Okay. All right, guys, we're dumping the tokens. All right. So we're going to 0. Okay. It's actually impossible to go to 0. All right. Let's see what happens. Okay. So, all right, guys. So we're going to be taking a look here. All right. So the holders are going to sell their tokens. Okay. So right here, guys, we are dumping 104 trillion tokens into this liquidity pool. Okay. So let's see what happens. Every single person, right, is going to be dumping their tokens all at once, either into one of these liquidity pools and extracting the maximum amount of capital and value and money that they can. It is a bank run in full force, right? So, all right, guys. So here we go. So holders, all right, I'm going to sell. Okay. So here's what will happen, guys. Ready? So we have, all right, we're going to be adding, okay, right here. So our Y value is the elephant token. And right now, so the elephant token was at 53 trillion. And we're going to add that 103.9 trillion more tokens. And that's going to move the value. Okay. If you notice, guys, it moves the value of the elephant token way up in the liquidity pool. Okay. And when that happens, the elephant token's value moves way up. Okay. We're now further left on this curve. Okay. And what we can do is we can then come over here and find the matching value of BNB, the quantity of BNB that is now in that liquidity pool after everyone dumped. Okay, everyone dumped, ran from the hills, took a boatload of BNB with them. However, we're not at 0. Absolutely not. Where are we? Okay, and we look, and every single person in the protocol, all right, so sold, and 104 trillion tokens went into this liquidity pool, and there is still 33,400 BNB sitting in here, more than most projects on chain is sitting there because of the tokenomics value capture over time. Remember, Elephant Money is over 2.5 years old now. So all of those fees that have been generated, all of the revenue, okay, that has been generated has just been building this ultimate reserve or stockpile in our liquidity pools. Okay. And people, I think, they don't understand the mechanics enough to realize it. And so that's where they get into trouble. All right. Because I've seen people talking about Elephant Money like they're experts, and they really don't understand any of the underlying mechanics behind it. So, hopefully, they can check out this video and kind of see what's going on, because this is like really awesome stuff. Okay, so guys, we got this, so 33,400 BNB is still in there. And what we did was, so I then was able to find the price of that, okay? Now the price obviously deteriorates quite a bit when every single person in the entire liquidity pool or the entire project dumps into liquidity pool. And we're back at about 4.5 cents per million elephant token, okay? But the key, guys, is how much liquidity and value is actually remaining in that liquidity pool, okay? And if we look, guys, all right, so we got our 33,400 BNB, okay, times our value of BNB, and we have over $7 million still left of actual B&B, real capital, all right, in that liquidity pool. And what I did here, guys, was I took a look at what percentage of our liquidity remained after every single person in the entire protocol sold. And it turns out, guys, that so I just took the value and divided it by the value before we dumped times 100 per percent, and 33.8, if we rounded, percent of our liquidity still remained in the liquidity pool. Okay, so pretty bullish, guys. So basically what that means is, you know, there's not enough tokens to dump to take all of the money. All right, and that is the protection that the graveyard and Bertha provide. Okay, so people were a little like, oh, you know, Bertha's supposed to protect the price, and Bertha protects all that liquidity in the liquidity pool. All right, and she ultimately just raises the floor price constantly. So as you hold Elephant token as the best appreciating store of value token in all of crypto long term, all right, talking better than Bitcoin here, guys. Bitcoin's flawed, all right, it's on centralized exchanges. Okay, that we're just going to see just tremendous value building because the floor just keeps rising. Okay, so pretty amazing stuff, guys. Now let's take a look at the BUSD liquidity pool. So because we dumped there as well. All right, so we got our constant product formula. All right, here's our location. Okay, so currently, all right, we got $17.7 million in there. All right, and what if we dump there as well, guys? So we're taking 89 trillion tokens and we are dumping them in. All right, and they're going to add with that 45 trillion to create 134.8 trillion tokens. Okay, so we're going to find where that lies on our constant product formula curve, and that will tell us the matching amount of BUSD that would be remaining. Okay, and what left BUSD wise, and that's what people were able to take out, okay, as they sold their tokens. All right, so guys, we still have that. So we still have pretty much, so if we go now to where the BUSD is, just like a shade under 6 million BUSD still left in the liquidity pool, okay? So every single person in the entire protocol all sold all at once, and we still have $6 million cold hard cash BNB, all right, BUSD sitting in that liquidity pool, and over $7 million of BNB sitting in that other liquidity pool, with every single person in the entire protocol dumping on our heads like all at once. Okay, so FTT paper token, it's going to zero. Absolutely not. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys why. If we start to get price appreciation and then we see a little bit of a sell, all right, not to panic, okay? Because some people panic sold last time, and you know, because it was like, oh my gosh, there's a sharp drop, all right? Now you know, guys, that money's still going to be there, okay? The price could take a little bit of a hit short term, all right? But all of those fees go into Bertha, and it just raises the floor price more and more, okay? And I'm going to show you like a little bit more of a concrete example of exactly how that happens, okay? But guys, yeah, so we have about 4.5 cents again still per million on the token, all right? So price went down quite a bit, okay? However, guys, still $6 million, okay? And 6 million out of the 17.7 million. Again, the same amount of capital was preserved in this pool because we kept the pools equal and balanced with that ratio at the very beginning to figure out how much to dump into each pool, because we wanted to extract maximum value and reduce our slippage. Okay, so 33.8% of all the liquidity is left still, all right, after every single person sells. Okay, pretty good. All right, so how does this like work exactly, right? So just want to show you guys this one last little thing. All right, here. So all right, let's get rid of this. So guys, so we have here, so here's our current location. So I'm going to move us out to 100,000 BNB and just show you what happens as people sell. Okay, I noticed some people were saying, oh man, the people selling, they were getting exhausted. All right. And that's exactly correct. It becomes an amazing chore to try to mine out and get all of this liquidity because it's so deep, all right, and so strong in elephant money out of these liquidity pools. Okay, so so I'm gonna go out right here. All right, this is what I did, guys. So I created, all right, these little steps so you can kind of see what happens with this curve. Okay, so if we were at 100,000 BNB, okay, and then we got our 52 trillion elephant tokens in there, and we decided to dump some elephant, and we wanted to take out 20,000 BNB. All right, so we go from 100,000 BNB to 80,000 BNB. Look how short, okay, that this little vertical line is, right? So it doesn't take a lot of tokens, okay, to extract that initial 20,000 BNB. So we're at like this really steep curve price-wise. So there can be some volatility at the very top of our parabola, right? So like, boom, like there was only 13 trillion tokens sold and we were able to go down 20,000 BNB, all right? Okay, now guys, what happens? Now there's like 80,000 BNB in there. Okay, if we go to 80,000 BNB to 60,000 BNB, that next 20,000 BNB, trying to take that out, look at this vertical line. Okay, it's like a lot more, right? A lot more elephant has to be sold now. The price is less. A lot more elephant has to be sold to get that next 20,000 BNB out of the liquidity pool. Okay, boom, people are dumping, right? Now to get from 60,000 to 40,000 BNB, okay, that next 20,000 BNB that we want to extract from this liquidity pool, look at this vertical line now. That is a boatload of elephants. Okay, so almost like it's okay, a lot of elephant tokens. All right, so some of these numbers are crazy. So like it's like 27 like trillion elephant tokens like are now going to have to be dumped in there to get that next the next 20,000 out. Okay, and it just gets to the point where it's like there's no elephant tokens left. Like people only have 21% of all elephant tokens, right? The graveyard, we can't dip into the graveyard to dump. All right, we can't just be like, Bertha, give me all of your tokens, right? Because she's just like chilling, scraping some off, taking care of, you know, everything with governance contracts. Like she's not dumping. So you just run out of tokens. And as Bertha keeps going and keeps accumulating more and more tokens, there's just less and less tokens. We can't go to the left anymore. All right, we just run out of ammo. We cannot take all of this BNB or BUSD out of the liquidity pools. All right, so it's this ever-growing pool of money that our decentralized community bank Bertha will be able to access to pay for our sustainable universal basic income passive cash flow needs. All right, so she's going to be basically raining down, all right, raining down all of the profits on the unlimited NFT holders. All right, she's going to be paying out futures like crazy. And this is going to be like the top project. Okay. So the liquidity is safe. Every single person in the universe can dump, and Bertha still has access to over 33%. And here's the kicker, guys. Say if everyone does that, okay, and then like now, but the elephant is so cheap, she's gonna have to sell a lot. Like if anyone actually then participates in the products, she is just going to engulf, okay, more and more tokens, because she can buy them on the cheap. All right, but it's unrealistic. No one's ever going to be selling like all of the elephant tokens all at once. Okay, but so I wanted to show you guys this because it's very abstract. All right, it's difficult. It's an engineering marvel. It's very complicated, and you have a lot of people out there that are just throwing out any sorts of things they think they know, but they don't really understand the system. All right, so anyone that's like kind of like, I was scared of this price dump, guys, look, I mean, the price dump, like it gets to the point where it's just like there's too much elephant that has to be sold to really sting and hurt the price and to hurt the liquidity of the project. All right, this is a juggernaut, guys. This is going to be taking over DeFi. All right, 2023, year of the elephant money, Bertha, liquidity kings. Okay, guys, I'm super bullish, and I hope you see this and it's like, yeah, man, like this is great. Okay, so futures, unlimited NFTs, elephant token. If it goes parabolic crazy again, yeah, like there are some people that can sell, but long term, we are going to the moon, baby. All right, this is Bailey from the EMH.